Have you ever been had by a mouse? I have. Okay, so you probably hadn't thought of a few things, the dangers that mice can bring, as well as some solutions that change a normal mousetrap into a completely different system using this. And if you can see here, there's an adapter, and we're going to be getting into what that adapter does. So stick with me and learn what this system can do for you. You won't believe it. Have you ever been had by a mouse? One of the times that I remember, I've had about 4 or 5 different events, pretty good sized ones. One of the ones that stands out was I was going to the theater with my wife for the day, and we left in the morning. We got to the theater. It was over 100 degrees that day. We had a little Corolla, and we stopped and we went to the theater. We were going to go out for dinner after. We came out of the theater after about 3 hours, and like I said, it was over 100 degrees. And we both jumped in the car, and we both just about lost ourselves with the smell in the car. And what had happened was Mouse had some other mice in the car, little babies, and there was the mother, and the mice were all dead and just completely rotting inside the car. So the smell was so bad that we didn't know where these mice were in the car. They were ended up being under the front seat, but we didn't have time to really look in the heat and that sort of thing. So the stench was so bad that we were going to go out for dinner about a half hour south of where we were, and we got there, and we our stomachs were so upset we just went all the rest of the way home. And I thought to myself, these mice can't be having control of our lives like this. So I've been thinking about this idea for a long time, and a combination of Yolink devices and a smart hub that they have, and a sensor and an adapter and a standard mousetrap makes it a dead simple way of catching mice. And I've caught probably about 15 in my car, believe it or not. I've been to the mechanic and I've tried to get the holes plugged up, and it's just been an ongoing battle. I can't get these mice to stop. So the solution has been to install one of these, which turns a normal mousetrap into a smart mousetrap, because we don't use the car every day. So a week can go by, sometimes 2 weeks. We haven't used the car. We might use another vehicle. And I don't want this to happen again. So I've put one of these devices in my car, and when a mouse is caught, it signals through the Yolink system and can send a message to my phone, whether it's texting, email, notifications on the app. The kit that you can get comes with a what's called a speaker hub, and you can actually have it programmed to say there's a mouse in the car, or you could have it in vehicle 1, vehicle 2. The great thing is you can give the labels to whatever trap. So if you have 10 traps, you can have them in different spots in a garage, shed, car, trailer, boat, a cottage, you name it. And you can actually have it labeled, so you're not looking all over the place and checking all these mouse traps. Another great thing is that if you have a trap, you need a trap in a hard to reach place, and quite often they are. They might be in a laundry room behind a dryer. It might be underneath your front stoop in the sump pump area. It might be up in the attic, and you don't get a ton of mice, but you get maybe one a month, even once a week. You put one of these up there, and you can gang several of these together. So you use one sensor for multiple traps, and that brings the price even down more. But the price even just for one, think of it as a really cheap insurance policy, because it really is. I've lost thousands of dollars. I'll do another video about my car again, but where the mice have eaten, and it's quite a story and quite an expensive story. but I don't want to get into too much detail on all these different things. But basically, it's really worth catching a mouse and knowing about it right away, because you don't want those little guys to be rotten in a vehicle. It took us 2 months, and we had to drive all the way home, 2 hours back home with the windows wide open. Never want to go through that again. And mice are dangerous when they're alive or when they're rotting and dead. So you don't want to be causing a health risk possibility to your family and that sort of thing either. So what we have here is a smart system from Yolink, and what this is called the TrapEEzEE, and I have a single version here. So you get a kit, and it has the hub, and it has the vibration sensor. The vibration sensor ends up going under this cap here, and you program it, and then what happens is you have a mousetrap. The mousetrap goes onto this section here, and there's an adhesive on here, and adhesive will hold the mousetrap very well. And when the mousetrap goes off, it's a very simple concept. The mousetrap jiggles a wee bit, and it takes very, very little. And then what happens is the sensor will notice that, and the sensor will then relay to the hub, and the hub is connected to the internet. So you can basically do whatever you want. You can run it through Google or IFTTT. There's no monthly charges to this either, so it really is a great outfit, because without any charges you can just put them out there, and no subscription fee. It's a great little system. You can expand it, add water sensors, leak detectors. I've got like about 25 devices now on there. Yesterday I just installed a dimmer on my basement LED lights that I just installed. Took some old ones out, put some new ones in. And so we've got these LED rings, and they're dimmable. And I've got the Insteon dimmable on there. And I can just say to the Google, hey, Google, turn, it's going to listen to me, that room to 50%, for instance, and bingo, the lights go to 50%. You can integrate all these things. You could have the lights go on and off when there's a mouse in the trap, that sort of thing. But catching these mice is, yeah, it's listening to me now, actually. It's got, hey, Google, turn alpha off. Turn the light off. The thing listens too well. So anyways, I just wanted to make you aware of the system, and I guarantee you will love it. It's just amazing when you can catch the mice and know about it right away. I have a daughter-in-law that's very fearful of rodents, and so she doesn't want to be in the house if there's rodents. So with this system, I've got the rodents cleared up in this whole place, and we didn't have too many in the house. We've caught maybe 3 in 10 years, but it's enough that if you don't catch them and they have their little babies inside a mattress in the basement, you're going to have extra family staying over for the weekend, except that the one that was going to come might go back home again, because she is completely fearful of these little things, and I don't blame her. And yeah, so that's been just a wonderful to be able to do that too. I think of it as an insurance policy, cheap insurance policy. So you can go to TrapEEzEE.com and just watch the spelling on that. It's a little bit tricky, but it's TrapEEzEE.com. And go there, you'll get information on it. And if you like what you see, you can buy it. If you have any questions, you can go to that site. You can post your questions. You can get a hold of Yolink at yosmart.com. You can look at all the other devices that they have that you can integrate with the system. Again, give it a try, because it uses LoRa technology. You can actually, I forgot about this, but you can be up to a quarter mile away. So this beats Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, any of those other systems. It uses what's called a LoRa technology, so it's long range, and it's basically it uses very little power. Batteries can last for like 2 years, 3 years. So if you have to put it way up in an attic or out in a shed or that sort of thing, and you can look on the app to see what the battery condition is, and you'll be notified when the battery is getting low. So it really helps with just set and forget And we don't want you to set and forget forever. It's always good to check these traps, but yeah, give it a try. I think you will be very impressed. Okay.